Welcome to TBWZ. Why? This is Take Back with Zac. Widescreen radio. I forgot the name of my... Wait. TBWZ, Take Back with Zac. Sorry. This is TBWZ Widescreen Radio. I almost said radio. I should just... dude, what am I doing? I should just change this thing to Widescreen Rizio. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone there. Shouldn't have said that. It popped into my head. Sometimes this thing happens where, like, a funny... I put quotes around funny because most of the time it's not. Where I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good thing to say. And then I say it out loud and I'm like, oh, you're the biggest idiot loser in the whole world. It's cool. It happens. Not really. I realized if I just didn't put myself on a platform and platform my own voice and give myself a microphone for 12 hours a week, I wouldn't be doing the embarrassing things. It's not like I would de facto do them in some other setting. Like, just because it happens here, like, well, if it didn't do it here, well, I'd be doing it somewhere else. Like at the grocery store, I'd tap on a random shoulder and say, like, hey, instead of radio, they should call it something like Rizio. That's not gonna... That person would turn around and be like this. Never talk to me again. She's hiding her kids. Never talk to me again. Dude, you know you are in a rough spot in life if a woman is hiding her children from you. Oh, boy. You look like a character in GTA 6 if a woman's ever hiding her kids away from you. See, even that wasn't funny, and I still give myself a shank slam because I'm like, that was good. It wasn't. It was bad. It was awful. Today's going to be one of those days, dog. Today is Monday, and this is the Power Hour. You're listening to the TBWZ Widescreen Radio Power Hour. Whoa! All right, that's enough. You're listening to TBWZ Widescreen Radio Power Hour. I am your host, Zac, Zeke, Zachary, Z, Veenie, Vuj, Vino, Vujnov, Voinov, whatever you want to call me. I'm everything in between, brother. Ooh. Shout out to you guys for tuning in to the Power Hour today. We have an awesome show. We're going to have Tony Casillas on in about 43 minutes, 15 till the hour. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break at the top of the hour. Then we're going to be rolling for hours 2 and 3 live on TikTok, taking calls, talking ball. At the 4 p.m. mark, halfway through the show today, the Lakers do play the Pistons. So at about 4 p.m., this show is switching and transitioning to pretty much a full-scale Lakers watch-along. I'll be watching the game live on my computer because that's another thing. The Spectrum TV app, I won't even get into it. Spectrum, cable, whatever. It's just making me mad. It's pissing me off. There's this whole thing with like the Lakers and the Dodgers and the Spectrum TV network, and it's a different channel that is only available through cable. Luckily, I do subscribe to a cable provider, so I'm able to access the game, but there's no app on my Roku or on my TV for Spectrum Sports, so I can only watch it using an actual cable box. Huh? What? What freaking year is it? Huh? Or I can watch on my computer on Spectrum TV, Sportsnet, whatever.com. So I'm going to be watching that on my computer live during the show. Is it going to completely tank my ping? Probably. Is it going to completely ruin my connection? Probably, yeah. Because that's the kind of thing that happens to Z. That's the kind of stuff that happens to Veenie. Massive, massive shout out to start the day. Oreo the Cat, 6'7", has reached a 35 stream streak. Oreo, that's unbelievable. I didn't expect to... Dude, it makes me just feel very, very good. It makes me feel very happy, Oreo. I absolutely love you, bro. My guy, Sacco, joined our fantasy baseball league, so shout out to you. So glad you're in the league. Your team looks pretty good. Not as good as mine, but whatever. I'm excited to be in this thing with you, dude. This fantasy baseball league is going to be very, very fun. Shout out to everybody who's in fantasy baseball. Blorp is in it. Some other listeners of the show are involved. My boy Kev, Coop is in it. Griff, Stir, work with G. He is in the show, and then GG the Nines is also in the league. Man, I'm just so thankful for you, Oreo, my guy Tony Sacco. Live from Pittsburgh, our resident Steeler. You were the absolute best, bro. This is all being recorded and being posted on YouTube. So one day when you're like, hey, someone's like, hey, TBWZ, Zac doesn't actually care about you. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, watch this. Here's how much he cares about me. Boom. And XD1 with the resub. That is 4 months in a row for my guy XD1. Hit him with a hey, whoa. Hit him with a one time.
Turning me on.
Hey.
Turning me on.
Hey.
I'm thinking out loud.
Absolutely. Such a beast, XD1. XD is in here, Oreo is in here, and then a dude named Ryan is in here. Having fun talking ball. Today, listen, once that 4 p.m. hour hits, we're watching the Laker game. I will obviously still be talking ball. We're talking to Tony in about 40 minutes, like I said. But today is really just covering a lot of March Madness, dude. There was some madness over the past 4 days that you really don't get in any other format, except for what the women are doing right now as well. And we just got to follow at the top of the show. 6 minutes in, I forgot to go live on YouTube. I'm going to throw up and die. I'm going to blow up a hospital.com. Skibbity Toilet followed me. What's his name? Skibbity Tax. Oh, shout out to taxes. Tyler Tanner probably still crying. Tyler Tanner. Are we talking about the Long Island kids? Because the Long Island kids have successfully infiltrated the show and made my life living hell. Made me nervous to do this show today. Literally, I was like thinking about it last night, what to do about the Long Island kids. That's so unfortunate. I have 14-year-olds running amok inside of my head. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It was my first L. I mean, I've taken L's on this show before. There's been times where I've said some dumb things, or I've had a take, and then like 2 days later, the take was proven completely wrong. Or, dude, even like 2 hours later, the take was proven completely wrong. Freaking last week, I said Miami, Ohio was going to get blown out by SMU, and they won by like 20. So that happened like 3 hours later. Yeah, I've taken some big L's on this show. It's happened, but none bigger than getting attacked by a group of 20 14-year-olds from the Long Island area. I can picture them all now. They are pale. They are white. I don't even know if they know what black people look like or smell like. They think Atlanta is like the scariest place in the universe. They'd rather go to Beirut than they would Atlanta. They're the whitest kids in the world that don't know anything about life. So they don't have any, how can I put this? They go to a private Catholic school in Long Island, so they're, most of them, I don't know all of them, but majority of them are absolutely loaded to the gills. They're the kids on the e-bikes running around on the street with the long flowy hair and the lettuce heads, obsessed with Brecky Hill, and they are obsessed with probably vaping and playing soccer, and then probably like watching cam girls and donating dad's money to OF girls. They are bad guys, but they are also 14. And when I was 14, I was awesome. But not everybody I knew was. There's a lot of people that don't grow up until they're, I don't know, 20. Dude, I know people who are my age, who are late 20s, early 30s-ish, that haven't grown up yet. And I know guys who are like 13 or 14 that are completely grown and mature. Bro, Sacco wouldn't be in my league if he wasn't a cool-ass dude. And I'm sorry for saying ass. If he wasn't a cool dude. If he was cool, But I've been getting attacked, and I was thinking about it because one thing that sucks for me is this show, basically my growth strategy through this whole thing, as you guys know, is basically like have a good show, be funny, be silly, talk ball, talk about me, of course, gotta talk about Veenie, and then it turns into clips that could be funny and get viewed on Instagram and TikTok, mainly Instagram. And then those blow up, hopefully, and then it turns into people coming over and watching the show. That's how we got a guy like Swaggy. A few guys have blown up watching clips. My guy, Cyro is in here. Let Jose Carlos call. And then my guy, Kyle, is in here as well. Absolutely rocking and rolling in the YouTube chat. And then I have a Tyler and a Ryan and a Skibbity Tax. What happened? Did you guys see my cams go out? Was that just me? Yeah, you did. I just saw it right there. That was scary. Freaked me out. Freaked me out. What was I going to say? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to fall victim, right? To fall victim to a bunch of e-bike nepo babies. What should I call them? A bunch of e-bike lettuce head nepo babies from Long Island who are inherently racist. Dude, you cannot be born in Long Island, be so white, be rich, go to Catholic school, and not just be like 20-30% racist. Dude, it is so important for them to have a fragile ego. It's very important for them to have a fragile ego. It's the only reason that they continue to go on is because of how fragile they are. I digress. I'm being mean to 14-year-olds. What I was saying was I understand their immaturity. They're stupid idiots. Being 14 is a hard thing to be because you are getting hair on your nuts and you kind of think girls are cute. They think you're chopped, and you have acne and pimples and stuff, and you think you're a little bit smart, or you kind of know you're a little bit dumb. It's also the age when you start to separate athletically. So there's the really athletic 14-year-olds that are so much better than you at all the sports, and then there's the 14-year-olds like you who aren't good at crap, and you're going to play JV the rest of your life. So there's dividing lines at that age. There's the kids who become more attractive and tall and can talk to girls and communicate well and go through puberty earlier and hit their growth spurts. And then there's 14-year-olds who don't hit their growth spurt and don't have hair on their nuts and aren't good at throwing a football or hitting a baseball. And they aren't very smart and educated. And their main interests are porn and video games. Those kids become losers. Although everyone kind of meets back together at senior year. If that makes sense. You have the early growers who are good at sports and grow hair on their nuts and like chicks. And then you have the smaller 14-year-old guys who aren't very good at anything. But everyone kind of comes together at senior year. But as you guys know, this show is a sports radio show, and I'm tired of getting in fights with 14-year-olds from Long Island, so we're just going to keep it rolling. This show starts the same way every single day. What's up, Chris? It starts with a verse of the day. Today's verse is brought to you from James 1:12. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. Some people always say, the Lord is testing me. The Lord is tempting me. The Lord does not tempt, the Lord does not test. Although the Lord does acknowledge that we are tested and tempted. Jesus was tempted in the desert by the devil. Patiently, brother. If you feel like you are in testing, or if you feel like you are in a trial of temptation, brother, patiently endure, because the crown of life will be rewarded and promised to those who love Jesus and who pursue and endure. That if that is you, if you are in a place of testing and trial like I am right now, currently my life is crazy tough right now, be so thankful because great reward is on the other side. Come on now. This show also, in addition to the verse of the day, shout out to Christ, shout out to cinema, does the movie of the day. Today's movie of the day, my favorite movie, Kill Bill Volume 1. Oh! Kill Bill Volume 1 is probably my favorite Tarantino movie. Individual stand on its own. If you put them both together into what's it called, The Whole Bloody Affair or something like that, brother, they're so good. These are my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies because it has a little bit of all the Quentin stuff. It has the violence and the action and the comedy. It has that anime cutaway scene. It has mysterious nomakers, calling her the bride and stuff. There's an air of time manipulation with this movie. It's awesome, dog. The acclaimed fourth film from groundbreaking writer and director Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill Volume 1 stars Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu, Visha Fox, is in an astonishing action-packed thriller about brutal betrayal and an epic vendetta. 4 years after taking a bullet to the head at her own wedding, the bride emerges from a coma and decides it's time for payback with a vengeance. Having been gunned down by her former boss and his deadly squad of international assassins, international assassins. It's a killer be killed fight she didn't start but is determined. determined to finish. Loaded with explosive action and outrageous humor. It's a must-see motion picture event that has critics everywhere raving. Kill Bill Volume 1 in its entirety. Shout out to us for watching it. Is Kill Bill the one from Fortnite? Yes, that's how you know her. You know her as the bride from Fortnite. Before we continue further into the show, as I burp into the mic, and I so am sorry about that. I want to deeply apologize. We have to start this show. Well, first of all, there was some news that dropped today in the NFL. I mean, Travis Kelce got a 3-year deal worth $54 million. Travis Kelce, hey brother, should not be getting $54 million to play for 3 more years. This guy was washed last season. Here's what I want to say to Travis Kelce. Yo. My main sports are golf and basketball. Let's go, Cairo. I'm not taking, or if that's Jose, I love you. I'm not taking calls for a little bit. I'm going to lock in. Have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street? No. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. How does that go? It's thunder, I think. I don't know. That movie was so cool when I was like 16 years old, and then I grew up and I was like, this is not very cool. It's incredibly horrible and degrading to women. Which, you know, if you're like me, we love women. If you are homosexual and you like dudes, then maybe you do want to be degrading to women. Sometimes there's a video that comes across my timeline. Sometimes there's a video that comes across my timeline that is so groundbreaking that I just need to lead the show with it. And so, guys, this is going to be the theme of the show, basically, for the entire day. Ryan, Wolf of Wall Street is great. Wolf of Wall Street is great, but it's long as hell. Yeah, it is a long one. It also gets quite boring in the middle of it. But Scorsese is a master of pace, as you might know from the film. Scorsese's latest film. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. Killers of a Flower Moon was longer than, what are we just talking about? Wolf of Wall Street. But the pacing and the editing style of Killers of a Flower Moon is so much better. Better. It's such a good movie. Killers of a Flower Moon is such a good movie. My favorite movie of the year, though, was One Battle After Another. It did win Best Picture, so shout out to me for predicting that. Also, Begonia. I'm going to blow up a hospital. Begonia was one of my favorites. Avatar 3. And then, of course, you got to watch Hamnet. Hamnet was unreal. But this, guys, I saw this video this weekend, and it's just, this is the best thing I saw this weekend.
So good start for the Twins here in the 4th inning. You ever seen Buck with his pants down?
Okay. What?
So good start for the Twins here in the 4th inning. You ever seen Buck with his pants down?
Huh?
No. Like in shorts?
No, like he doesn't have his, no socks showing.
I see what you're saying. So, yeah. It's a good start for the Twins here in the
It gets funnier every time.
4th inning.
You ever seen Buck with his pants down?
No.
Dude, it's so confused.
Like in shorts?
No, like he doesn't have his, no socks showing.
I see what you're saying. So, yeah. So good start for the Twins here in the 4th inning.
You ever seen Buck
Ryan, I did not. That sucks for Kim.
with his pants down?
No. Like in shorts?
No, like he doesn't have,
Like in shorts? He's trying so hard to figure it out. He's like, what? Pants down? Like in shorts? Who on earth was like, hey, have you ever taken your pants off? Would you never respond? Would you ever respond, yo, like in shorts? Makes no sense.
have his, no socks showing.
I see what you're saying. So, yeah. So good.
Have you ever seen Buck with his pants down? Oh! Dude, asking anybody if you've ever seen anyone at all with their pants down is the craziest thing you could ever ask another human. Hey, dude, you know Kyle as well? It's like, yeah, dude, I know Kyle. Dude, we go way back. That's so sick. Have you ever seen him with his pants down? You mean like in shorts? Huh? It's the craziest thing to ever ask another person live on a TV broadcast. Have you ever seen this man with his pants down? And going by and calling him Buck. Have you ever seen Buck with his pants down? Oh! Bro, I hit them boys on rock. Not gonna lie, but calling another man Buck is low-key the most homosexual thing I've done today. Yo, what up, Buck?
Start for the Twins here in the fourth inning.
You ever seen Buck with his pants down?
He's saying it like a joke as if he is setting up the color guy, too. The colored guy. What? AccidentalRacism.com. Featuring Zeke Veenie. As Ohio State pulls within 5 against Notre Dame. Yeah, we're watching round 1 of the ladies tournament. Sorry, round 2. Yeah, we're watching round 2 of the ladies NCAA tournament right now, of course. Talking.
No. Like in shorts?
No, like he doesn't have his, no socks showing.
I see what you're saying. So
It was a good save. Have you ever seen a grown man naked? It's basically what he's asking. Have you ever seen a dude naked? Have you ever seen Buck with his pants down? I saw that and I went like this. Buh. I went, what? Huh? I want to just share that with you guys before we get really started with today's festivities. Ultimately, dude, today is about March freaking Madness, as we have now entered what is my favorite part of the entire tournament, the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. The first and second round are awesome just because of the pure volume of basketball that's on your screen, because there's so much ball on your screen at all times. And it's high stakes ball. It's win or go home ball. It is unbelievable. But ultimately, because of the matchups, we don't often get the best games. The only way that rounds 1 and 2 are fantastic is if we get crazy upsets. And to be completely fair with you guys, we have not really gotten crazy matchups. I'm not one to complain much about the product on the court. I'm not someone who's going to sit here and be like, I hate the product. I hate the way they play basketball. Like all the old heads that hate the NBA because they don't play like they used to play. Shut up. You're such a boomer. Dude, there is wizardry going on every single night on the court in the association. These boomers, their eyesight's just too horrible to even see it. They don't play defense anymore. You can't stop what some of these dudes are doing. Watch Luka go off for 45 points and just tell me how you're going to stop that. Watch Jokic have 30, 15, and 14 and just tell me what your game plan is to stop that. Dude, guys like Colin Knippel are putting up 42 points in an NBA game. Bro, you should see some of the wizardry that's happening on the court, but you can't because, one, you actually don't know ball and you don't know what's happening on the court. All you know is what a pick and roll is and a moving screen, and you're like this, hey! You're like throwing a charge every once in a while and think you know ball because of it. Just watch the offensive gameplay that happens on the court. It is mind-boggling. We're at the height right now of offense in the National Basketball Association. We had this a couple years ago in football. We had this a couple of years ago in football. When we were thinking like, oh, dude, offenses can't be stopped. Remember when Tyreek Hill and Pat Mahomes played on the same team together? Whoa. Remember when the Dolphins put up 70 on the Broncos? I'll never let the Broncos forget that. But over the past couple of years, we've seen the evolution of running two high safeties to like neutralize and slow down offenses. And ultimately, this year's Super Bowl was two teams that got there because of their defense. I know one of them had elite offenses, the other was the Patriots, but both teams got there because of their defense. We saw an offensive revolution in our lifetimes in football. Now we're slightly regressing back towards a more defensive style of play, which I love personally. But in basketball, dude, the offense is mind-blowing. I saw a stat the other day, the 2017 Warriors, the 2015 Warriors, what team was like, or is the 2016 Warriors, I guess, that was the team that won the 71 games or whatever it was, 73 games. That team played at a pace of play per 100 possession that this year would be a bottom 5 pace of play. I'm just going to say that one more time. So that Warriors team in 2016 or whatever, that revolutionized offense, they were the number 1 team in pace of play that year. That Warriors team would rank bottom 5 in pace this season. The game has changed completely. Yeah, Kozlaw. Brady being a system quarterback didn't age well And for the flag football GOAT, still my dad. Yeah, he's still my dad. Tom Brady owns me. That was another thing that happened this weekend was the flag football. I'm going to get to that in a second, but my main takeaway is the most boomer thing I've ever said in a while. Can someone please tell me what was going on this weekend with flag football? I am lost beyond words as to what happened this weekend with flag football. Because I was locked in on ball. I thought everyone was going to be locked in on ball. And then my entire timeline is Tom Brady throwing touchdowns to Jay Jettas in the back of the end zone and Logan Paul getting juked out by speed. What kind of alternate timeline am I living in right now? I'm not one to complain about the product on the court. I find sports to be insanely entertaining no matter the outcome. A blowout can be entertaining if you treat it in the right context. The shape of the game, the pageantry of it, the athleticism displayed on the court, the competition. I just love sports. I love sports of any kind. I love tennis. I love golf. Equally as much as I love football, and I love baseball, I love basketball, I love hockey, I love the Olympics, I love the World Cup. I love WWE sometimes just for the pure athleticism of it all and the fact that it is still, although it is scripted, it is competition. There is a winner and a loser. I love UFC, I love MMA. I love sports, dude. I love everything about it. But that doesn't mean I can't say that this opening 2 rounds of March Madness were boring. Bro. The first 4 days of March Madness have been rather drab, to get British on you guys real fast. I'm going to do a full British day. Like, I think I should do a full British show. I don't talk with a British accent, but I just say British things like bang on and right on. And nice one. Yeah, they say nice one a lot. Speed was step for step with an NFL wide receiver. He absolutely was. Team USA won because they were shifty rather than old, calculated NFL players. Speed is not an athlete. He's a streamer. Kozlaw, I don't know, bruh. Dude, I do not know Kozlaw. Speed is quite the athletic talent out there on the court. On the field. I called it a court. I'm an idiot. I'm a loser. The B team, Team American Olympic team still beat up on the NFL. It's because the rules are different and they just had a rule advantage. The ball is also smaller. And you could see their like jukes and stuff. Like the NFL guys were juking as if they were wearing shoulder pads. They weren't juking as if they were wearing flags. Ultimately, though, I think if we're going to talk about flag football, and we could just talk about March Madness as we keep on going, we basically are looking at a situation where NFL athletes are not going to be representing Team USA in the Olympics for flag football. I'm going to say it right now. I don't think it's smart. First of all, it's in the summer. It's during training camp. I'm a Chargers fan. Die hard. I love my team. I love my Bolts. I love my coach. I love my city. I love everything about it. I love my stadium. I love my quarterback more than anything. I would sacrifice. I would shoot my dog in the head for Justin Herbert to have an MVP season. Probably. My sister's dog is living with us, so I would shoot my sister's dog in the head. It's just a small, like, ratty dog that's skittish and, like, afraid. You'll go to pet it, and it'll just, like, you know what I mean? Hey, just let me touch you. What is a dog's point of life, Paprika? What the point of a dog is, like, to get touched, really? And to eat, and, like, walk around and explore your street, again, and, like, piss and poop. The life of a dog is, like, oh, I'm going to take a nap over here on this corner, and then I'm going to, like, wake up in an hour, see if anything's in my food bowl. Nope, nothing. I'm going to go see if I can get touched by this human real quick that I call my master. And then I'm going to sit and wait around for my food. Oh, we're going on a walk. Let's go, dude. I'm going to start freaking out and stuff. Every once in a while, I'm going to, like, and roll around on the floor. Being a dog is so chill, dude. But a dog can't watch ball. I was trying so hard to get my dog to, like, pay attention to basketball, and he just wouldn't. He wouldn't figure it out. Point your eyes at the TV. Be entertained by what's happening, brother. Okay. What is happening? What kind of dog would I shoot? I would shoot my sister's dog. My sister's dog is like a little rat terrier type thing. I don't even know what it's called. But it's the type of dog that is small enough to where you don't think it would shed, and then it starts shedding, and you're like, I'm going to hit this thing in the head. What did I just join into? King Zeke, what up, dude? That's me. I'm Zeke. I'm Zeke Veenie. This is Take Back With Zac. We talk ball. I'm talking about my sister's dog, though, right now. But the question popped up is like, would you put your dog down for your NFL quarterback to have an MVP season this season? For me, Justin Herbert, MVP season, silence the haters. and I have to sacrifice my sister's dog, listen, it's okay. My sister will get over it. There's a reason the dog is living with us and not with her, right? My sister will eventually get over the dog. I will never forget about Justin Herbert winning an MVP, and I'll be able to hold it against people for my entire existence. Hey, Justin Herbert stinks. Oh, he's an MVP. Well, yeah, you're right. But the dog, my sister can replace the dog. You can't replace an MVP. Bro, I mean, biggest galaxy brain thing I've ever said. You can replace a dog, but you cannot replace an MVP. Come on, hurry up, Veenie. You freaking idiot loser. King Zeke, even if I killed my dog, the Browns would still lose. Already almost did Drake May the MVP's popularity award, yeah. Genuinely about to make me mad. Who? Oh, Oreo's just fighting the Long Island kids. Good luck, Oreo. Ultimately, though, the first 4 days of March were rather boring. I'm not saying I need all of the 1 and 2 seeds to get eliminated to have fun, but in the round of 32, 10 of the 16 games were blowouts. It wasn't like I was sitting there, I need 1 and 2 seeds to lose. I need upsets so bad. I need to see a 16 over a 1. I just wanted to see some good basketball. On the first 2 days of March, the first 2 games, we had Ohio State and TCU, and then that Santa Clara and Kentucky game. Bangers. And I was sitting here like, this is going to be the best day in sports of all time. And after that, it was like rather drab. Round of 32, I was like ready for some action. And the games were okay. Like, first round had high point. We had a classic between Santa Clara and Kentucky. A little scare for Duke. But that was pretty much it. The second round, outside of the Iowa and Texas upsets, it was pretty much of the same. It all shook out to be a pretty tame first 2 rounds of the tournament, in my opinion. Sorry. The Iowa, over Florida is awesome. Iowa over Florida was awesome. I saw you because of the crispy video, and you were really chill, so that's why I came in to say hi. Brother King, thank you for calling me chill. You're welcome to come whenever you want. You're welcome to watch and hang out whenever you want. You cannot come whenever you want. I mean, you could. I'm going to change the subject right now. What I do know deep down in my bones, as a watcher of ball, as someone who consumes sports, usually in the past, and Kozlov, you might be able to back me up on this one. Usually when we see a round 1 and 2 that are kind of lame, the next weekend is going to be fire. And vice versa. If the first 2 rounds are insane, the second rounds, Elite 8 and Sweet 16 are a little bit tame. Brother, we had a very, very, very tame first 4 days of March Madness. Thursday through Sunday of this week, the Elite 8 and the Sweet 16 are going to be bonkers. Bonkers. They should revive Kentucky. Yeah, bring Kentucky back. Every year they should just get one team that they get to like take back. Oh, King Zeke with the follow? Did that just happen? Let's go, dude. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's just look at the bracket all together and just take it in this glorious beauty. King Zeke is following again. He is following like a madman. In this east side of the bracket, we had obviously St. John's won. This was the Ohio State TCU game. That was a banger. Duke had a little bit of a scare with Siena, but ultimately they destroyed TCU to advance to the Sweet 16. Kansas, close game against Cal Baptist, loss on the buzzer beater to St. John's. And this game, brother, this Kansas and St. John's game was one of the games of the day. The dude's name was Dylan Darling, and he became the darling of the dance. Oh my gosh. Wait. That's the one I like. Dylan Darling became the darling of the dance. Oh, it took me 4 hours to write that. I do 4 hours of prep today. It was like when I was SpongeBob this morning when he was writing that essay, and it was just a beautiful T. That was me. All I had was Dylan Darling was the darling of the dance. He said St. John's to the Sweet 16. I almost called them the Sweet Johns on a buzzer beater layup. And I mean, I'm just being such a jerk right now. If we were to rank buzzer beaters, a buzzer beater layup is the worst one, right? The play, too, Kansas ran the worst defense ever. I don't know if I have it on X, but essentially, they ran a play that they had the two guys in the post for St. John's, go out to the three-point line, and both of the defenders followed them completely out to the three-point line. You had two guys out on the opposite wing. The key was wide open. So Dylan Darling just drove the paint and had a wide open lane to put the ball in and score. The craziest part is the team calls him Bells. The team calls Dylan Darling Bells. I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason they do it is because Patino says his nuts are as big as church bells when the game is on the line. You thought, okay, so me being 29, going to war with 14-year-olds from Long Island, that's a little bit weird. Rick Pitino, a 70-year-old vampire who used to buy his players strippers and ladies of the night to get them to come to Louisville, is saying that his student athlete, his balls are so big that they're as big as church bells, so they call him Bell. What am I taking calls? I've been taking calls, brother. Been had. The phone lines are officially open. Unless it's by Chase Johnston. Yeah, if it's a Chase Johnston buzzer beater, then it absolutely rocks. St. John's and Kansas were so evenly matched, dude. They for me, there was not a lot to separate from these two teams, St. John's and Kansas. The one thing, dude, it's like Darren Peterson absolutely disappeared. I don't believe Dylan Peterson really had an impact on the game outside of, he put up 20, but he can get 20 every night. It feels like his whole thing is like, yeah, Rick Pitino did save St. John's, Ryan. You were absolutely the man. I know, Ryan, I'm not going to. I got you, dog. I would hate to go up against you in fantasy football. Why? Did I say something silly? All right. Let's all just pump the brakes and chill. Ryan, you seem like a cool dude. I'm not going to get you in trouble. You're a cool guy. I'm just answering a message on Discord because someone is chatting me. And fellas, I think you guys could figure it out on your own, I believe. Yeah. You guys just use your best discretion. Darren Peterson, bro. I don't know what to do about him. I don't think I would spend a high first-round pick on a guy like Darren Peterson. There was availability issues throughout the season. Obviously, there were multiple games where he was just like, I'm not playing. And there were games where he was tapping out, like, nah, I'm done. And then in these games, dude, we can look at the stat lines. And you can see, like, he does score. He puts the ball in the bucket. He's got 21 in 36. He's got 4 boards. He's got 0 assists. Obviously, the 4 blocks are wet. But, dude, no assists? 3 for 8 from 3 is solid. Like I said, the kid is a good scorer. It seems like... And Bryson Tiller. If you're a Bryson Tiller fan, brother, this hurts so bad. If you, like... Is this actually Bryson Tiller? Is this Bryson Tiller, guys? Like the music one? 6'11", 240 from Atlanta, a freshman. Watch this guy get drafted having no points against St. John's. Dude, this is one of the worst stat lines I've ever seen in my life. 27 minutes, no points, 5 boards, 1 assist, no steals, no blocks, no fouls. Bro's out there for 27 minutes running around getting cardio, just rebounding occasionally and then threw 1 good pass to a guy who shot it and made it. But Darren Peterson is troubling, dude. He can absolutely go out and get a bucket. Look, he got 28 against Cal Baptist, 14 against Houston in a loss, 24 against TCU, 27 against Kansas State in the Big 12 tournament. The dude can go out and get a bucket for sure. Defensively, I think he's like a lot nicer than people think. He gets defensive stats, at least. He doesn't pass the rock. I don't even know if he has that in his game. Him not playing, though, it does worry me. But to be completely fair and honest, it doesn't worry anyone more than our favorite guy in the world, Stephen A. Smith. Do you guys want to hear Stephen A. Smith go absolutely off on Darren Peterson or what, bro? It's the best thing in the world. Stephen A. Smith is I was saying this, and Darren's just tired. No, dude. Darren, I just don't even think he's good. Who you think going first in the NBA draft? It's got to be Acuff, in my opinion. No, I'm saying that because you definitely know way more than... King Zeke, you're the man, dude. I wish I had that name. I wish I went by King Zeke. Darius Acuff, for me, is the best player in college basketball. right now. I mean, watching him go out and put his team on his back, balling out for Arkansas, not really making it close. I think Phylon has been getting completely disrespected in the draft. I think he's a great player for Bama. AJ DeBonsta did everything he possibly could to beat Texas. That team was just not very good. He is an incredible playmaker. AJ DeBonsta is awesome. I love him, and I love Darius Acuff. You know who I'm not high on at all? I'm not high on Cameron Boozer. I understand he has a really high floor, and that there's not a ton of wiggle room for him to be bad. I think Cameron Boozer is going to prove to be a starting NFL or a starting NBA player. He could be the fourth best player on a championship team. I don't think he's going to come close to being the second best on a championship team, let alone the best player on a championship team. There's no shot to me. For me, his ceiling is like Bam Adebayo, which I know we're just coming off of like Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. You're like, that's pretty good. But for me, like, he's an undersized 4. He's an undersized 5. He can get up. He can rebound. He plays decent defense. He's good around the rim. He's got an okay 3-point shot. I'm not high on Cam Boozer at all. He's going to be like a Sar Thompson. Oreo, that's actually a really good shout. Like, he's not insanely athletic and not that great a shooter. He's a great role player. Yeah, Ryan, I think that's wise to it. DeBonsta has the biggest ceiling. I think Acuff has the biggest ceiling, in my opinion. I think DeBonsta's floor is a little bit higher than Acuff's, and we're getting into the minutia here, into the weeds. That really don't matter at all. But I think Acuff has the potential to be like one of the best scorers in the league, like lead the league in scoring type, like scoring title type guy. I think DeBonsta could potentially get there as well. I just don't think there's any shot that DeBonsta's a flop. I think DeBonsta, wherever he ends up going, dude, if he goes to the Pacers somehow, that Pacers team is going to be really good next year with Siakam, Halliburton running the 1, and DeBonsta at shooting guard, and they still have TJ McConnell and Obi Toppin. The Pacers are one of the only tanking team that I'm actually like really excited about seeing next year, and the Jazz. If you guys are new here, if this is your first time watching the show, like E2 or Nickster or Ryan or some guys who are in here for the first time or anybody on YouTube, shout out to you. You'll know I'm very, very high on the Jazz for next season. I've already staked my claim. I am the Jazz guy for next year. We have a lot of NCAA basketball to cover throughout the day. Like I said, I will be going live on TikTok at about 3 p.m. I'll be going live on TikTok at about 3 p.m. and we're going to be taking calls from all over America, all over the world, all over the universe. And I have up there my predictions for the Sweet 16, so we'll be getting into the Sweet 16 predictions when that happens. I will also continue to roll through the bracket so we can watch through together and just talk about some of the games. We'll go through one more of these sections until we go live with Tony Casillas in about a minute here. Louisville had a great showing against South Florida. I picked them here against Michigan State. Actually, to be completely honest, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. I picked them against North Dakota State. I thought North Dakota State was going to beat Michigan State, and boy, was I wrong. Michigan State is walking out of this thing as, in my opinion, one of the top 5 teams left in the tournament. The physicality that they bring to the floor on both sides of the ball, the scoring. Jeremy Fears might be the best player left in the tournament. He's been unbelievable so far. Michigan State is on a roll. They get through these first 2 rounds relatively easily. A big win against North Dakota State, then a huge win against Louisville that Louisville just didn't show up for. Kind of disappointing from them. UCLA had a big win against UCF in a tight one that a lot of people were picking UCF to upset here, and that did not happen. UConn squeaked it out against Furman. That game was very close, very late in this game. I thought Furman had a chance because they did have a lead late. Ultimately, we got UCLA and UConn, and everyone thought this was going to be a close game because of how bad UConn played against Furman, but they ended up blowing them out. To meet Michigan State in what is going to be an awesome Sweet 16 game on Saturday, the 27th. Sorry, on Friday the 27th at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. That's so late on the East Coast. Zach, how far do you think Iowa can go? Yeah, you guys have been here. My bad. Oreo, this is your first time? Just kidding. 35 stream streak. My guy Sacco. Skippity, how far do you think Iowa can go, brother? Dog. I might save this for later, but Iowa, dude, they're looking like the belle of the ball. Iowa's looking like a legit team. Think about it. They've played Nebraska twice. They split the series, so I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Nebraska. They're going to get the winner of this Illinois and Houston game. Brother, these might be the two best teams left. Illinois and Houston are unbelievable. They've both played unbelievable. Illinois has been surprisingly awesome. They have so many Eastern Europeans on their team. Iowa can go to the Final Four. Iowa could absolutely go to the Final Four. It all depends on who they're going to be playing after that. Fellas, we have such a treat for you, as we do every single day. The first 15, the final 15 minutes of hour one is what we like to call Tony's Take, because we go live with our guy, Tony Casillas, and we're going to do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tony Casillas.
What up, what up, what up?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, you don't have to yell at me. Just screaming at me at the top of your lungs. Tony, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So you bleached your hair and then you buzzed your hair. You had your mom cut your hair, right?
Yeah.
I'm not, dude. Hey, I'm. You sound offended by me just asking the question.
Just up top.
I was just wondering.
Haircuts are very personal. You know what I mean?
Do you remember your first haircut? You were the kid that was crying like a baby, thought your hair was never going to grow back.
No, but I did hate haircuts because I used to be allergic to hair. Like my neck would get all red and stuff.
Yeah. Someone said you have no ball knowledge. Someone in the chat just said Tony has zero ball knowledge.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that so? It's the fourth, dude. So now to fill you in on the
balls are round.
That's knowledge. That's knowledge right there.
Some balls you throw, some balls you hit with a stick, some balls you bounce, some balls you kick. Hey, dumbass, I know my balls. Some balls are attached to my dick.
Well,
I know balls.
That'd be strange if they were actually attached, but I understand the sentiment. Yours are. They're in the front.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Attached by the front.
Yeah.
Is that what circumcision is? They remove your balls from the tip and move them back?
Yeah, they just push back.
Push back with Zac. Just to fill you in, I now have you remember the Long Island boys from last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Long Island boys are back, but there's now a new group of Long Island boys in the chat that's anti-Long Island boys.
Okay.
So there's a new sect of Long Island boys that are telling me, hey, the kids that are trolling your show are mean and bad kids, don't answer their phone calls. They're trying to protect me. So I have a group of Long Island boys that are protecting me from the nasty Long Island boys.
That might be the saddest sentence I've ever heard. I have a group of children trying to protect me from another group of children. Zac, you're a man.
And then I know.
Zac, you're a grown man. I got kids telling me that the other kids are mean and I shouldn't trust them and I don't know what to do.
Dude, I had someone at church, they came over to me and they're like, hey, I don't know why the Lord's just telling me or asking me to come up to you. Is there anything in specifically that you need prayer for? I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I do. I have this group of 14-year-olds from Long Island that are, and I was just like, actually, no, I'm good.
Did you really say that?
Actually, no. Sure. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm good.
That's so funny. That's so funny if God was about to cure some disease. And he's like, oh man.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta figure out this Long Island boy situation.
Yeah, God's like, and I'm wait, what?
Yeah, cancer was right on the docket, on the top of the docket, and then that came in, and he goes, "Well, cancer's getting pushed back down,"
and they just moved it back, all the way down.
Yeah, cancer was where your balls are supposed to be at the front, and then he just pushed it right back.
Call back. The best part of this whole thing is my mods are the best people in the world, but they're also very, very, very nice, and they don't want to ban anybody, so they're having a full blown conversation with each other on my Discord. That I'm in a group chat with, and they're like, hey, should we ban this guy? And they're arguing with each other about banning someone in the chat, and then chatting in the chat telling me to check my text messages. It's hilarious. It's awesome. I love my crew. I love my team. But dude, Tony, I just had a dude, Oreo the cat, is in here. He had a 35 stream streak today. So he's 35 shows in a row. He's been watching.
Whoa, that's awesome.
An OG fan. He loves your stuff. XD was trying to get you to come to Tampa. We're all big fans of Tony Casillas.
Oh, thanks, Oreo. Hey, Oreo, I like your cookies. Come on, man.
Really? That's surprising.
I hope the Long Island boys kick your ass. I hope you get your ass kicked by the Long Island boys.
Dude, it'd be hilarious if they do jump on a plane and come to terrorize me in Southern California.
They're just small, but they also have neck tattoos.
yeah. They're kids, but
it's just different shapes of Pete Davidson's.
I just imagine I'm watching a West Side Story and they're snapping and stuff. They're the sharks. They have toothpicks in. They're Did you read the book The Outsiders when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Did everybody read The Outsiders?
Pony boy.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Stay gold, pony boy.
What was the whole theme in the end there? There were homosexual undertones in The Outsiders.
No, the theme was all your friends are bad and don't have friends because they're all criminals.
Yeah, it was basically all your friends are gonna stab people one day, and you're gonna have to run away into boxcars and hang out with them. Dude, kids were hanging out in boxcars so much back in the day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They're let's just go to the train tracks. Brother Tony, I was watching a ton of NCAA basketball because, of course, it's March. Happy March Madness. You went to North Texas, correct?
Uh-huh. Correct. I went to Texas State, dropped out, then I went to North Texas after a year off.
Where is Texas State?
In San Marcos. It's in the middle between Austin and San Antonio.
Okay. Yeah, now the chat's saying that you have no ball knowledge. It's specifically Skibbity Tax is saying that he said you have no ball knowledge. He said you don't know any college basketball players.
Yeah, college basketball I don't know. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't watch children, you pervert. Sorry, guy. I like watching adults play. I don't like watching children, pervert.
Well, you're talking to a 15-year-old guy, so.
Oh, okay, then you can watch it. No, actually, no. No, you can't, actually.
So, Tony, you went to school. I was just thinking about life at North Texas. Was there a fun party scene? Were you in a frat there? I'm missing college today, dude. I miss Asher Roth. I miss college. I miss the music. I miss frat parties.
I'll tell you
just
this
tell me
story.
a college story.
I'll tell you this. This happened at Texas State, where me and my buddy David Safford were
I'm so sorry. Someone just said ask Tony when Polar Express 2 is coming out.
I would be honored to be a part of that magical franchise.
What is it's my favorite it's my favorite Spielberg film.
Is it?
No, I mean it's probably what?
Do I look like the boy in Polar Express? Is that what he's trying to say? I look like the boom. Okay. I hate the show. I was so excited coming on to it. Now it's overrun by negative bullying. No, but I remember at Texas State, me and my buddy David Safford were like, "Hey, let's just try to run for a frat, right? We're two dorky guys, but maybe one frat needs that, you know?"
Sure.
My buddy David Safford was a black guy, dorky black guy. He would wear an Indiana Jones hat.
What's with the dork? I always feel I feel more bad for the dorky black guy than I do for the dorky white guy.
Oh, it's way worse.
It's so sad. I feel so bad for him.
Because it's brother, if you just tried a little bit, you'd be the coolest guy in town.
It's you still face racism, but you don't get to do anything cool about it.
Yeah, dude, imagine getting called the N-word at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're playing Magic the Gathering, and you're like, "Boom! Aha! Look at this!"
Damn, man, why?
Just screaming the N-word at you.
So I remember there was an event where you can like meet all the frat, blah blah blah. And then you
the rush. Spring rush.
You apply which frats you want to like rush for, blah blah blah. So we applied for like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
And one of them just instantly yes. We got no's from everyone else. One of them was just like yeah. And we start rushing, and it's like easy,
Yeah.
and it's like there's no real hazing, and it's very chill. And and then I look at around at like the people in the frat, and then I look at everybody else rushing, and I just go, this is like not like a typical frat. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, something was off.
Yeah, it was Theta Chi, and I do a little research. I'm at the library, and I just do a little research and looked up Theta Chi, Texas State, and
You had to go to the
turns
library to do that?
I was just at the library, and I was just like,
Okay.
"What's going on?" You know. For sorry, I do research at the library at at the middle of the brain of campus. No, but I look at my laptop, and I just see I read an article about how like years prior, Theta Chi on the Texas State campus, two members like murdered a black kid on camp. Like they hazed him, where like they dragged him from a car, like
Oh, wow.
bad. And I was just like, and this was like their first year back. They didn't have a house yet on campus. Like it was like bad. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I don't want to. I was like, I probably don't want to join year one, the murder frat, the racist murder
Yeah.
frat.
Yeah, the KKK
But they're
frat.
like, look, we got a Mexican guy now leading it. And
Yeah.
I go, you should have gone black.
You should, dude, if your frat murders a black person and then 2 years later gets let back on campus, first thing you
Oh, it
do
was
is make
like
the
six- it was
president
like-
black.
It's like 6 years.
They were on
Yeah, it was-
probation for 6 years?
Yeah, it was not good.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It was
Someone just
not-
said I don't even want to read it to you. I'm so sorry.
read it. Read it, read it, read it, read
this
it,
guy-
read it, read it.
The chat is being horrible to Tony today.
Yeah. Okay.
I did have someone say Tony is hilarious. She's seen you live before at one of Trevor's shows. That's
Oh, cool.
Jen. So she thinks you're cool. But then another guy said, "Is that Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys?"
That's funny. I like that.
He said, "Someone ask Tony how his friend Jimmy Neutron is doing."
Funny again.
Okay.
Clap, 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 slap, slap, slap. You like that, chat? You want me to be a little monkey and just do voices for you, chat?
Whoa. Speaking of monkeys, college basketball this weekend was unbelievable.
Stop. Stop. I'm not doing that.
I don't even know what I said.
No, but yeah, so that was probably the craziest. The cool thing about UNT that was awesome, and it sucked because we're not like a big like we don't have really a big college sports program, which kind of sucked.
The football
Like-
team was good this year. Football team was really good this year.
And I went to the first like sold out football game in like 40 years, which was awesome. I drove down to UNT because we were actually good, but UNT's cool because it's more their music program's like really big, so the like the jazz program's awesome. Like Nora Jones came from there
Interesting.
and all that, so
Oh, tight.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Can
Tony
we
Casillas.
talk a little ball so my reputation
Absolutely.
on this show can change? Because
Let's
I
do it.
don't. Okay.
You want me to
Ask
talk
me who
ball?
you think. No, ask me who I think who's gonna win March Madness.
Well, dude, I've been trying to talk about March Madness with the chat, but the entire time, all they want to know is, all they want to talk about is that like flag football game between Speed and Logan Paul and like Luke Kuechly and like Tom Brady was out there. Did you see Logan Paul saying that? He basically said 2 weeks ago that like he could win in a fight against any NFL player. Did you see any of this that happened?
No.
And then they played flag football yesterday, and Logan Paul's getting like juked out by Saquon Barkley, and everyone's like laughing at Logan Paul. What world are we in? JSN was winning, or JSN was like, or sorry, Speed was like locking down Devonta Smith, like Super Bowl winning wide receiver, and Speed was locking him down. It was so weird. I had no idea what was going on the entire weekend. Were you in on the flag?
No, not really. I'm not really in on the flag. I'm kind of watching. Right now, I'm just watching NBA basketball. I'm rooting for my Spurs.
Your
And,
Spurs
I
look very,
think-
very good.
Yeah, I think I saw your video about how you think they have a good chance in the playoffs, and anybody that says they're not going to do good in the playoffs is crazy, and I totally agree.
Yeah, I think
I think if it was any other organization,
yeah,
I think maybe them being young, but I think it being the Spurs, and they have, because like just the team wise, they have like DeAndre Fox who's older. They have a
Yeah.
couple of older guys, but now
Yeah.
you have Manu Ginobili, you have Tim Duncan, you have all these players that
Yeah.
did win NBA championships and that were a part of that dynasty. I think you do have the maturity of a playoff basketball team, just not on the court. But
Yeah.
I think they're teaching them the mental game of playoff basketball.
Dude, you brought up Tim Duncan, and this is so off topic. Did anybody see him turning Rasta on us? Because the dude has like long dreads right now and does not look like the big fundamental.
I think it makes sense though, because he's always had like a Rasta personality.
Did he?
Just
Was he
low-key
like
chill.
peace and love? I don't know why. I just was not expecting that from the big fundamental himself.
You want to hear a funny Tim Duncan story?
We'll do that, and then we'll move on, and we'll take a 5-minute break. But yes, Tim Duncan story,
Cool.
please.
So if you don't know, chat, I work at the mothership, and I'm a door guy there.
That's Joe Rogan's comedy mothership in Austin, Texas. It's a very exclusive club. You have to audition to become a doorman. Tony is one of like 20 hand-selected guys across America to do that. He opens for Ron White. He's a professional comedian. Sorry, I had to give you your flowers.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat.
I'm Zach.
No, I'm just talking to the chat right now. Chat, I've been working real hard to get to this point. So when you call me the sidekick from Jimmy Neutron, it hurts. I've been working my butt off. No, but so I'm like outside, and I'm yondering phones, and the show just started, and I'm sitting there, and I look out at 6th Street, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Tim Duncan. And he's like just looking around. So I assume he's just coming to the club. So I just go, hey, Tim. And he looks over. He's like with 2 other guys. And they walk over to the club. And he just goes, how did you know it was me?
You're Tim Duncan.
And I laugh. I'm like, first off, we're in Texas. And and also you're like 7. You're the tallest man ever. And he just goes, I go, are you coming to the show? And he goes, yeah, it's just crazy that you knew I was coming. And I was just like, I doubt you're like going to the piano bar. I doubt you're just excited to see 2 balding men play Billy Joel's Uptown Girl. I just made an educated guess.
Yeah, dueling piano bar, playing Uptown Girl.
He's in the front row.
Yeah.
Play
Play
Billy Joel again.
Yeah, he's got his legs crossed, knee over knee. He's sipping a glass of Merlot.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. He's like, how'd you know it was me? You're like, you are Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I grew up in San Antonio. Also, you're so tall.
Yeah. You're 7 foot, like, yeah.
You're as tall as this building, brother.
You're as tall as the door. You're as tall as the building. One on the way out, someone said Tim Duncan probably thought Tony was the basketball. We got some jokesters in the chat. Tony is our resident comedian. He's our esteemed guest.
Okay, that guy. I like that guy.
It's funny, too, because most of these have been coming from a dude who, he goes by Take Back With Zac, but his username is ZACK instead of ZAC. And he keeps claiming to be the real me. It's a very confusing thing. So on one end, I have the evil Long Island boys. I have the good Long Island boys. I have my mods. And I have this guy named Take Back With Zac who's pretending to be me. What is happening right now in my life, I do not know. But what I do know, I'm very thankful for Tony Casillas for joining us on the show today. Tony, please let the people know where you can find, where they can find you. And then let the people know we'll be back in 5 minutes.
I don't think I want these people to find me.
I am with you, brother. They terrify me.
No, you can find me at Comedian Tony C on Instagram and all other social medias. And that's where I post all my shows and stuff.
Yes. So go see Tony live if you can. Follow him everywhere. He posts awesome content throughout the week. Tony, thank you for joining us. Fellas, we will see you in 5 minutes. We're taking a quick break. See you guys in 5. And the other way we start the show, brother, is with the movie of the day. Today's movie of the day is none other than Up. We're watching Up today, baby. We're doing a Pixar double feature. So after Up, we're going to be watching Cars. Unless I forget. Because sometimes what happens, man, is I get rolling. Sometimes I just get rolling during the show and I say a bunch of random stuff that comes to my head. And then I forget what I said. I'm but a man, brother. I'm but a man. And sometimes I forget the things that I said. So right now I'm saying that we're going to be watching Cars after we watch Up. But guess what? That can change based off the perception of my day. Based off how I'm feeling and how we're rocking and how we're rolling. But today, to at least start the day, we're going to be watching Up. Is my camera that crooked? Look at how crooked this is. That's crooked. The DVD player is crooked. But I don't look crooked. So maybe I'm topsy-turvy. Maybe there's something wrong with me today. Maybe when I woke up, my left foot was my left leg, the left of me was maybe a centimeter or two off from the rest of the right of me. So maybe I'm standing at a crooked. Am I sitting? Yes. Maybe one of my cheeks got a little bit bigger than the other last night. I did have McDonald's. It's funny how today, when I celebrate a good day with a good meal, it's usually I celebrate a good day with the most horrible, horrific meal that you could have. I don't like go to a nice restaurant and get like a nice food or like buy myself a nice steak. One, sad and lonely. Two, I would rather not spend all that money on a steak. But I'll go to McDonald's and spend $18. What? That's ridiculous. $18 at McDonald's? Am I getting enough food for two people? Yeah, I am. Am I not eating the entire day just to make room for that Mickey D's to hit my belly at the end of the day? Yeah, I am. So what I do this thing where I say, you know what? I'm going to eat bad tonight. I decide that at like 11 in the morning. At like 11 a.m., I'm like, I'm going to eat horrible tonight. Sometimes I